Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Well, some people want more control and in the name of good and to protect you and I. And with all these sanctions imposed on Russia, people adapt like in any other situation, good or bad. They adapt, and try to find different ways to bypass uh, the restraints imposed on them. In this case, sanctions. So we have here a big corporation, and that is Shell, that makes a lot of money and made and will continue to make a lot of money. And it had some investments in Russia as well. But they warned the Western countries about this. This article comes from Business Insider from May 6th, 2022 by Huileng Tan. And this is the title. Energy giant Shell says the world does not have systems to trace Russian oil refined overseas. This could undermine sanctions. So Shell just woke up and say, hey guys, uh, these guys are going to do something with the oil and the sanctions that you imposed on them. Now we're out, but they might still do business. So uh, this means products like diesel or jet fuel refined with Russian crude elsewhere may bypass sanctions. Earlier this week, the EU proposed a ban on Russian oil imports. The European Union is planning to ban Russian oil, while many other countries are also shunning energy products from the country because they're threatened and blackmailed, not because they have a big heart. Make sure about that. Be certain about that. But it really isn't all that straightforward. That's straightforward. That's because it's not possible to identify the origin of any crude, including Russian, once it's been refined somewhere else and resold as a product from that country. Shell Chief Executive Ben van Borden said on Thursday. At that point in time, we do not have systems in the world to trace back whether that particular molecule originated from a geological formation in Russia, he told reporters on blah, blah, blah. That doesn't exist, he added. So the EU this week proposed a ban on Russian oil. Therefore, they will try proposed a ban on Russian oil imports as part of a sixth package of sanctions against Russia. It says here that the measure will apply to fuels such as diesel and jet fuel coming directly, as the Russians said, we're going to use a third party, directly from Russia, but not to products refined with Russian crude elsewhere. So they will send it to India, and India will sell it to you guys. So therefore, diesel coming out of an Indian refinery that was fed with Russian crude is considered to be Indian diesel. Oh yeah, what are you gonna do? Yeah, it is very hard to trace back what exactly is or isn't, therefore, of Russian origin, he said. Shell, the world's largest oil trader, doesn't deal with Russian counterparties and doesn't buy any material from the country on the spot market now, he said. He said that Shell does not refine products that use Russian oil. That's why they're yelling everywhere, because they're going to have competition coming or bypassing the. So Shell remains now on Russian oil. Russian companies are out. Shell has more, market now to fill, and they could distribute whatever or refine crude oil. But if the third parties will take Russian oil and distribute it probably cheaper than the Shell will, then there you have competition, and you can't have competition. You can't have. Competition is here for us, the little kids, the little bottom feeders that we are, not for them. Over there, it's kind of socialism. They go together, they agree to things. This is your area. where you operate. Okay, when I'm not gonna like a, and that's my area, and that's his area, and so on. It's like a how should I put it? Gangs, um, mafia in a city. They have neighborhoods and areas, spheres of influence where they don't get into. Like for instance, you get Chicago, where Al Capone and was operating. Well, before he got to be the boss over there, there were the Italian bootleggings here on the north. There were the this and that, and I don't want to mention because it could be immediately called names. Other organizations or different ethnicities. And here you have these guys, you have the Italians here, as I said, you have the Cubans over there, you have whomever. But I'm just making up now because I don't want to use the exact names of the groups. You never know what YouTube does. Nevertheless, so that's how it is here. They and they don't overlap territories. When the territories they overlap, then it's friction obviously. But then the big and between the little fish like us, but they up there they make deals. And if they get in a war, then they get in a war. But you're gonna find out about it. So Shell is the big deal here, big guy. So they're trying to keep the Russians out. So they invade that market, that void left by Russian being kicked out, Russian oil. So it says here that the company is also planning to exit long-term Russian contracts by the end of the year. The energy giant is writing off up to 5 billion in assets after pulling out of the Russian oil and gas sector. Yes, pull out, but you're gonna get your money in a different way because you pull out of that little activity over there. They should be probably banned, right? Sanctioned, and then the rest you take with whatever you have. Not a big deal. You lose 5 billion there, but then you make in that money, you make it 3 times more in the next. I don't know after you get rid of because they're not gonna be like losing or like right now. In time, by the time they're going to be phasing out their activities in Russia, they will build and they will create their connections on the other side. So it's like jumping from a moving train. You move from this one, you jump on the other one, this one goes here, and you continue. That's why they do. Do you think that right now, like the Europeans, they don't say, no more Russian gas now, tonight. Why? Because they can't, obviously. So what they do, their indignation has to wait a little bit until they make the other train start and move, and then when it starts moving, they jump on this one and they keep going. So that's why morality has its limits and it shows. They're all, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this. Yeah, until it hurts you a little bit. When it hurts you a little bit, you're gonna start crying. Therefore, you have to have something. You can say that's adaptation. It is. But then it drops a little bit from the moral indignation that they show and all that, chest pounding. Oh my God, yeah, we're gonna do this. So there you go, Shell. We don't have yet the ways to figure that out, but he's like crying. Oh, we can't do it yet, but somehow we're gonna do it. Who knows what they're gonna have? But we're gonna find out anyway. Thank you for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. And don't buy that Russian oil.